31 days of Spacehey. What did I learn? So back in October, I hosted a 31-day Spacehey challenge. Even though I hosted it kind of at the last minute, I was happy to see that there were other participants, and that made it so much more fun and enjoyable. That said, Spacehey does feel like a more authentic version of social media these days, and that's because it is not flooded by advertisements, ruled by an algorithm, or flooded with people who are just trying to amass a following. On Spacehey, you have to be friends. You can't follow and unfollow somebody. You have to be mutual friends, which means generally you have to be interested in being connected in some way, shape, or form. And Spacehey really only works as a social media site if you actually care about other people. If you don't care about other people and what's going on in their lives, you're not gonna like Spacehey, because the only way you really interact on Spacehey, the main way, is through bulletins and reading people's bulletins, responding to people's bulletins. That's pretty much the main social aspect of Spacehey. There are groups and there are forums. They don't typically work as well as bulletins, however. So bulletins and the blogs you subscribe to are the main way that you connect with others on Spacehey. And for that reason, it is a more authentic site, because again, it really doesn't work if you don't care. Two is you can really make some genuine connections and meet some really cool people. I got to meet and interact with KV from Goth Music Latin America, was one of the participants in the Spacehey challenge. I also got to meet Mystic, who was one of the hosts of Cranky Goth-Posers, which is how I discovered the podcast anyway. I don't know how I missed it, because I do follow ATAC on YouTube, but then again, I've been busy and in and out of social media. So anyway, I'm glad I found Cranky Goth-Posers through Mystic and got to engage with Mystic some more, which is really cool. Again, two people that I personally think are really awesome, and I really appreciate the work that they do and the art that they create. I also got to meet Alex, Dark Barbie, another really cool person, and basically all of the participants of the Spacehey challenge were really awesome and kind people. So point number 2, you genuinely can meet some great people through Spacehey. Point number 3, which is nothing new, but the customization on the site is really fun. That is an aspect that I did enjoy a lot. It does take some time to look into things, kind of figure out how to make the customizations and modifications that you'd like to make to your profile or to a bulletin. But once you figure it out, it is really fun. Now, point number 4 is one of the main takeaways that I got from this 31 days is that Spacehey is still a social media site. It is very different, and I do enjoy it more, but at the end of the day, it is still me staring at my screen, which is something I want to do much less in the coming years. Part of doing this challenge was me trying to figure out if this is a site that I'd want to engage with every single day, or like what's the frequency that I'd want to use Spacehey. And the truth is, coming into 2025, I'm just trying to use social media a little less in general, or at least I'm trying to stop staring at screens so much in general. I want to go out more, do more this year, away from my phone screen, away from my computer screen. So at the end of the day, as much as I enjoy Spacehey, I don't think I'm going to regularly engage with it like on a daily basis because of that reason. I'm just trying to get away from screens in 2025. And that's just a personal thing for me. Not to say I'm gonna be completely away from screens, obviously, but I'm just gonna try to cut down, and instead of adding screen time, I'm trying to minimize my screen time. And the 5th point, which probably is relevant for all social media sites as well, is the more you use it, the more of a community that you'll build. Because I had been away from Spacehey so long, when I came back, you know, I didn't really have a lot of people to engage with or interact with regularly. But as I was using it every day, the amount of people that, you know, I became familiar with and felt like I was in community with, that community became much larger by the end. Then when I fell off the face of the earth on Spacehey again at the end of October, the size of the community that I regularly engaged with also got smaller, which just makes sense. And I do think that that's true for other social media sites as well, like YouTube and Instagram and basically everything. That definitely, I would say, extra applies to Spacehey because, again, really the only way you're getting interactions is by engaging with your friends and your community and caring about what's going on with them as well. So those are the 5 main takeaways I got from 31 days of using Spacehey. Let me know what you think about these points or anything else related to Spacehey if you're a Spacehey user or if you're interested in using Spacehey in the future. Oh, I'd say the other point that I solidified is that I am definitely bipolar. I came up with this whole wild plan to host a 31-day Spacehey challenge like a few weeks before October and do a massive giveaway and do all these things. And then I didn't even do 31 days of the Spacehey challenge. I think I did like 20 something. I did catch up on the tasks later on, but I definitely missed out on like 2 weeks straight of my own challenge and then had to scramble to put prizes together because that was a wild idea that I came up with when I was on a manic high. So, you know, it is what it is. I will try not to do this again in the future, but because I'm bipolar, I probably will do something like this again in the future. All that said, it was fun, and I'm just thankful that I got to connect with some really great people. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care of yourselves because it is the most important thing, and I will see you in the next video.